So I probably shouldn't have watched that. So, what kind of movies did you watch growing up that you shouldn't have watched? Now, I'm not talking about adult movies or whatever. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the rated R or the PG-13 or the whatever videos that you really shouldn't have watched, and you watched them way too young. For instance, I had babysitters growing up. I might have been kindergarten, first grade, maybe second grade, but probably kindergarten, first grade, something like that. I watched Chucky. I watched Freddy Krueger. I watched Gremlins. I watched Critters. Oh heck, I watched all of those, you know, fill in the blank movies like Killer Bees, or, you know, all the different critters that kind of, you know, mosquitoes, you know, all those where everything was big or in bulk numbers, is killing off the human race or whatever. Watched all of those. Watched Face of the Death movies. Really shouldn't have watched those, I'm sure. Trying to think of some of the other ones that were Fire in the Sky. So I don't know if you ever watched that movie. Not really for sure how old I was whenever I watched it. Maybe second grade, third grade, somewhere in there. That's a really messed up movie. Messed up movie. I don't know if it holds up now. I haven't watched it. I only watched it that one time, and I think I watched it maybe a quarter or an eighth of a time somewhere or one of my buddies' houses in like middle school or high school, and I was like, nope, I don't need to watch this movie again. It once again, you haven't watched it, I mean, go for it, go watch it, but that messed me up as a kid. Like, that made me, I don't know, that was a different kind of like mess with a kid's head. It wasn't like a critter under your bed, or, you know, something running after you in the wood. Like, I don't know. It was a different kind of mess with your head kind of thing. Fire in the Sky, either way. What are some of the other ones? I mean, I watch other movies like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, those kind of movies, which I think were cartoony, but I think they're really supposed to be for adults, not kids. There's other movies, but I mean, basically there's some older robot, like cyborg movies where, and I can't remember the name of it, but like where ex-military personnel, essentially after the war happened or whatever, they were cyborgs. And I mean, what else are you going to do as a cyborg after a war than to reprogram it and send it to a high school with bad kids as a teacher? Why not? What could go wrong, right? Or something along that storyline. It's really messed up, but essentially it won't ruin the whole thing, but like the teachers weren't all the way unprogrammed, and the bad kids were really like, you know, they're like bad like gang members, and like, you know, offing other people after school bad, but for some reason they still went to school. So but anyways, and then, you know, there was a war between the groups or whatever. I'll let you watch that if you can figure out even the name of it. But anyways, a bunch of movies like that. I'm pretty sure I probably shouldn't have watched as a kid, but I did because they were there, and my babysitter was either watching them or, yeah, I mean, my babysitter was there because we got fed, we got watched per se, but there wasn't necessarily media regulations. So if it was on the shelf, you could watch it. So anyways, what are some movies that you watched that you were probably too young, or, you know, not at the mental state that you should have been whenever you watched them? So place them in the comments. Thanks for watching.